always consider myself blessed. You know, I also don't really like to use the word lucky. And I think we all make our own lucks every day and there. So I consider myself blessed. And yeah, you know, the Garrett team, the Fanzel team, it's not an easy one, but I've grown a lot since I've started working with them.
Well, he is extremely grumpy this morning. I don't know what's happened. But we'll get to him in a moment. But let's hope he calms down in the next 20 seconds while we're doing this intro. It gives me great pleasure to welcome our guests to the podcast, not for the first time, not a stranger to the podcast. And it was lovely that Athandiwe Mgudlwa asked to come back and be with us and chat to us and touch base with us again. And we love having guests and even repeat guests on our show. So he is our guest this morning. It gives me great pleasure to welcome and greet Athandiwe. How are you?
I'm good, Warren. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Do you want to ask the question to Andrew how he is, or should I? Because I'm scared of the answer.
No, I think you ask him. You guys seem to get along well.
Grumps, what's happened? Why are you so grumpy? Was the road busy? What's happened? You're on the verge of going away again on holiday. So you should be in a good space.
Yeah, well, I don't know, it's just
hot.
Life's getting on top. Jesus, it's horrible in Maritzburg.
But do you have air cons?
No.
Fans?
Not a fan.
Swimming pool?
But the blokes turn the bloody lights off all
Lights
the time,
off,
so they don't work.
Okay, well then no wonder you're grumpy. No wonder you're
it's
grumpy.
understandable.
That's understandable. It's understandable. But it's nice to be with you again. I missed you last week. I'm sure you never missed me.
No, I didn't.
At least you're honest.
Apiwe said I was very kind on you last week. So
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about Cape Town and the Met and all the rest of it and why I wasn't here. But before we go any further, how's your singing? Shall we sing Happy Birthday? Or shall we just greet him Happy Birthday? Or do you want to sing?
Sandy's birthday.
No, your birthday, you old sod.
No, I don't think he wants us to sing.
Happy birthday. And all the very best to you. And what did you do on your birthday?
Worked.
Okay.
We had 2 race cards.
Yes.
And I had to do Cape Town work for you.
Thank you very much. Yes, because I'm going to be doing all your work when you're jetting it off in the game reserve. But happy birthday to our good friend Andrew Harrison. It was on the 31st, wasn't it? 30th of January. Right. And I'm too scared to ask him how old he is, but he's not bad for 83. Happy birthday and all the very best.
Thanks, War.
Game reserve coming up now. So
yeah, we just finished Pinder this last weekend.
Yes,
which was cool.
Yeah.
So game reserve, from Saturday.
So you're off to Kruger?
Yeah, boy.
Okay, fantastic. Have you been to the Kruger, Thandi?
No, not yet.
Well, we must go. We must make a plan because it is very nice. It must be nice because he's there every second week.
He's there all the time, so
absolutely.
Maybe you need to see it out as well.
We enjoyed the podcast with David Thistleton last week. Very informative. He's got a lot of knowledge in the game, and it was great to share his story.
No, Thistleton, Dave is a student of the game, not just local but also overseas.
And a good writer
he's
too.
On the ball and he writes well. Yeah.
Okay. The Met. We're going to talk more about the Met just now because Athandiwe rode a winner at the World Sports Betting Met Day.
What he got you out of it?
He got me out of it. Can you believe it? He got me right out of it. And I'd have to buy him a Coke or a cold drink or a breakfast or something. He got me right out of it. But we'll talk more about that. But the Met, the World Sports Betting Met, I must say, from the time I got out of the vehicle in the parking lot to the time I got back into the vehicle, faultless. It was phenomenal. There was somebody to greet you in the parking lot, ask you where you were racing from, ushered you through to the ticket office, the restaurant. It was just faultless. The facilities, hats off to Cape Racing, hats off to Greg Bortz, Owen here for Hollywood. A phenomenal experience.
Good.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about Athandiwe. I want to speak about your sponsors. You're wearing your sponsors cap. Tell us about them. Who are they? How are they? How long has it been? And what do they do for you? I mean, how important is it to you to have the Sporting Post cap on your head?
Very important. They started sponsoring me last season. And I think they came just at the right time when we needed them as well to be on board. And yeah, I think it's just good to get yourself out there. I think I don't need to tell guys who Sporting Post is. I mean, they give us all the latest news and everything. So yeah, they do the most they can. Obviously supplying us with their kits and just about everything. And yeah, they a very good sponsorship to have.
Well, you're repaying them well enough.
Yeah.
No, they're not stupid. They know who to sponsor.
I think they knew who to go to.
Athandiwe, the Sporting Post, as you say, they're obviously affiliated with Hollywood and winning form, etc. But that's one of their branches. And the man that heads up and looks after and runs Sporting Post is a gentleman by the name of Lance Benson, whom we all know very well. You were talking about David Thistleton being a phenomenal writer. We are so blessed in this country to have unbelievable journalists. Yourself, David Thistleton, Lance Benson, and there's a long list. You can't mention every single journalist. And Charles, and we go on, and the chap up in Johannesburg that writes for The Citizen, Jack Milner. So we can't list everybody. We will guaranteed forget somebody, but we are lucky in this country to have a long list of top quality journalists. But Sporting Post is your sponsor, and Lance is the man we're talking about. He knows his oats.
Lance, he always does. He's a great bloke, great character.
You say that you don't, you obviously you communicate with him and message him, etc. But you don't touch base with him on a daily basis.
No, not on a daily basis. But now and again he'll touch base, and he's always the first to congratulate as well when you've had a good day. So we keep in touch, and it's great to be a part of it.
It is a phenomenal racing publication. It's all gone digital now. Most things have gone digital, but the news is great. There's always something on the site. The Facebook page is always updated.
One thing about Lance is fearless. If there's any sniff of controversy, you'll pick up the phone and he will answer. He will
ask questions.
Absolutely. And he's fair about it. He gives both sides of the story, and that's what you need. I mean, he does a bloody phenomenal job with Sporting Post as far as I'm concerned, because I would never do that. I'd bloody crap on everybody.
But Athandiwe, one thing that we've noticed certainly about winning form and sponsors that are affiliated to the brands, the same brands, they stick behind their people for a long time. So let's hope that your relationship with Sporting Post can go on and be as fruitful for as long as possible.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, it's really great to be a part of it. They're true professionals. Things are done on time, and it's just great to be a part of it.
Talking about great to be a part of your sponsor, I won't use the word lucky. Maybe you're lucky, maybe you're blessed, maybe it's, I don't know what word you want to use, but you've landed yourself a darn good job, stable job with the Van Zyl team. How does it make you feel to work for them and to work with them and to have been given this opportunity?
I always consider myself blessed. I also don't really like to use the word lucky. And I think we all make our own lucks every day and there. So I consider myself blessed. And the Garrett team, the Van Zyl team, it's not an easy one, but I've grown a lot since I've started working with them. When I started with Gareth last season, he's a true professional and he's very focused, and part of that's also taught me to just focus a bit more. There were certain things I was doing. I thought I was doing a couple of things right there and there, and actually I wasn't doing much. But since I've been with them, I've improved myself in so much, just so that I can keep up with them. And
but Tony, you've always been a talented jockey. I mean, but you never actually got a break somewhere. You seem to hop around all the time.
Yeah, the talent obviously it's always been there, and like you're saying, the thing is, when you're freelancing and you haven't really got that one person that's got their faith in you and helping you, you don't really grow. And I think what's made it possible and different this time around is the fact that Gareth had enough faith to just use me on just about any horse. And for me as a rider as well, I feel I need to grow so that automatically I start riding better, because now I also got to prove that I'm worth it. And
Yes, you need the confidence to actually.
it gives you a lot of confidence, because.
But it's also nice that you're riding decent horses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But Thandi, it's you know, in any business and in any partnership, yes, it's tough. You get easier days or better days than others, etc. And I think from the outside observation, with them being such a big organisation, now having branched from KZN to Cape Town, having 2 operations, he's got the right staff in the right place. You can't blame. You're not blaming them, but I'm saying in general, we can't blame them for being strict. Is maybe not the right word. They need to perform. They want to perform. They're perfectionists. They're professionals. And the business, all aspects of the business, whether it's you or the head groom or the vet or whoever it may be, the farrier, the assistants, everybody needs to be on their game, because it's a big business operation. It's a serious business operation. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Absolutely. See, I think you use the right word. They're perfectionists.
Yeah.
Everything needs to be done. You know, I mean, we can't help but make mistakes every now and again. But they're so into what they do that's. The mistakes are very limited.
Yes, correct.
I was talking to Gavin, Gavin Van Zyl.
Yes, Gavin,
father. Yeah.
Dad Van Zyl.
Dad Van Zyl. Oh, Dad Van Zyl. He was explaining to me how Gareth is up to his game. I mean, everything is perfection.
Yes, everything is on
everything's
point.
Like on video and.
Yeah,
every Gallop is there for the owners to watch, and it's just and he's hands on from here. Okay, the old man does a lot of the work here, but the son is watching over him.
Has Open Sea retired?
Yes,
he retired.
He retired. Yes, he retired.
He was a gentleman of the turf.
He retired.
But Thandi, how do you take criticism, or maybe not constructive criticism? I mean, if there's discussions, if there's a debate, or maybe some work never went so well, or a race didn't go well, and I mean, obviously they happy to talk to you, you're happy to talk to them. How do you take that criticism and feedback and that type of thing?
Yeah, look, criticism can be good. Obviously, it depends how you look at it as well.
As long as it's constructive,
yeah.
Yes.
Constructive, it's very good, because it grows you as a person.
Sure.
But if you can see you are also on the wrong, you take it and you just make sure it doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
And it's just that simple, I'd say.
Your mistakes,
I had the most. I think I've told Thandi before, and I may even have told Gareth before. I was walking into the parade ring at Hollywood.
I remember
Beach.
that.
Do you remember that?
That
Yeah,
day,
and
yeah.
it was a simple moment, but it struck me a little, because Thandi had come back, the particular horse that hadn't run so well, and Thandi came back and Gareth, and they sort of met up just outside the winner's box where I was standing, and Gareth, with a bit of a confused look on his face, because he said, "Tony, just tell me, why did you do that, and what happened there, and explain the situation." And obviously Thandi started to explain, and then I had to move on. But that moment struck me, because it was such a pertinent, important question to show that, once you're out there on the racetrack, you're in the jockey's hands, and that feedback is so important. And I remember that moment, and that'll always stick in my mind.
Yeah, no, it's very important. And when you're working with someone, I think it's very important that you actually you get along.
Yes.
Because like when it comes to the feedback, and if the horse didn't run as well, the trainer needs to explain to the owners. So it's important for me to explain why I did what I did out there.
And you don't always see everything on TV, I've noticed.
The thing is, I know a lot of trainers complain about jockeys that there's no feedback. It's important for a jockey to actually understand the horse that he's riding, what he did right, wrong, whatever, and give it to the trainer so that he knows where he stands with that horse.
Yeah, it's very important.
That's probably one of the most important relationships between jockey and trainer.
Absolutely. Well, all the best. We wish you that, we've seen jockey-trainer relationships go on for many, many years and successfully, and we wish you guys all the very best. And we look forward to following the relationship and the teamwork, for as long as possible.
Thank you.
Another fond memory I've got, you'll remember, is when Athandiwe rode the jackpot as an apprentice. I mean, I don't know, I haven't got the stats. I'm sure it might have been done, but not...
Jabu did it once.
Did he? Did Jabu also ride the jackpot? Jabu Jacobs?
Jabu Jacobs, Scottsville.
Did he ride the jackpot, or was it 4 races in a row?
Maybe 4 in a row.
Yeah, whatever it was, it doesn't happen every week, is what I'm saying. That must really stick in your memory and something you really enjoy. Is it maybe on the radar in one of your goals to try and ride the jackpot as a jockey?
It'd be nice to do it again. It'd be nice to do it again.
Better the pick 6.
Well, slowly, come on, it's not easy.
We'll get there as well. I was too young to understand it at the time though when it happened. Because for me, I just wrote 4 winners.
Just wrote 4 winners,
and see people talk about it it's actually an achievement.
That's huge, absolutely. You walk into the South African Jockey Academy, there's a beautiful big poster of Athandiwe with his 4 winners.
Well, when you're young like that, you don't actually appreciate what you've done. It's only later.
Until you look back at it now, actually did something.
Too bad.
We miss those moments.
Your family, are you married? Have you got any kids? Let's talk about your immediate family in that sense first.
Yes, I've got a partner, Bronwyn, and I've got a little man.
Okay.
He's just started crash now. Yes, we live together. I've got my own little family at home.
Okay, fantastic.
And it's been good moments. It really has, and they've carried me for quite a while now, and it's exciting.
That little bundle of joy, I mean, I say little when they're little babies, and even little bundles of joy.
The trouble is the b****s grow up, that's the problem.
When he was a baby, I wanted him to grow, and
grow
start
so
talking. Now I want him to go back to being a baby again, because now he doesn't shut up, he just keeps talking.
Oh, lovely. And but that must just give you huge motivation, and of course your partner and your family, etc., just to keep grinding and to keep succeeding, because that's what you're doing it for.
Yes, it's definitely a moment I wouldn't take back any time. It gives me a lot of motivation as well.
Focus.
It keeps me focused. Correct. I know what I'm working for, and
you don't pay the electricity bill, you bugger, so you got to keep going.
You have to work so you can pay it.
Well, you're paying electricity bills for no electricity, we're paying water bills for no water, so I don't know.
I'd rather have no electricity, thanks.
And the rest of your family, cousins or aunts or folks, are they your greater family? Are they still? Do they keep an eye on things?
I'm closer with my sisters.
Okay.
I've got 2 sisters from my mother and father.
Right.
And I'm more close to them, but unfortunately, I never really had a close, like the wider family, like cousins and all that. Like I've always been just with my own family. So
and they know when you win, and they.
Oh yes. Actually, not the Met Day. The meeting before that, my one sister, she works in Cape Town.
Okay.
She surprised me and came to the course.
She
was coming.
Fantastic.
So we're very close with my sisters.
Where do you live, Thandi?
Well, now I'm here in Entry Lane.
Oh, okay.
I mean, in Crest.
The Polo Pony is a lovely spot there, which is so nice because it's on your doorstep from the training tracks. Scottsville that way, Greyville that way.
Middle of everywhere, and the
Who
shopping
your
centre
neighbours?
is right there.
There's a lot of jobs that live there.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was wondering.
Not anymore now.
Tristan, didn't it?
A few of them, he used to live there
He used to live there.
Now, before he was...
Is Sean still there?
Sean is still there.
There's a good couple that live
at the moment, I think it's just me and Sean.
It's such a convenient spot that it really is a lovely spot.
It is.
What are your, at the moment for Athandiwe Mgudlwa, your goals, your dreams? What are you wanting to do now? We're right in the beginning of a new year. I mean, what are your plans? What do you want to do? I mean, are you traveling? I see you doing a bit of traveling, but what's on the agenda? What can we look forward to?
Well, for now, at the moment, Warren, I feel I've still got a lot of improvement to do, and I need to do a little bit better than I did last season. I thought I did well last season.
Yes, absolutely.
I thought I did fantastic. It was my first.
How many winners did you have last season?
At 73 last meeting.
Sure, it's a good day.
Last season. So, now it was my goal when I started. I needed to try and get to 100, and I think that's first things for me.
Okay,
and then we can grow it from there.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that's going to be achievable. I'm sure that is going to be achievable. You don't have any problem with your weight at all, do you?
No, I'm blessed enough that I don't have a problem with my weight.
You ride 52?
I ride 52 quite comfortable.
Sure, that's lovely.
I rode 51 about 2 weeks ago.
So
I ride 110. I'm not bad.
you and I get on the scale, and if the scale shouts one at a time, please. Absolutely. And Thandi, so diet, I mean, you obviously you're not going to go and eat 10 chocolate donuts and 17 burgers.
No.
But you got to watch a little bit what you eat. I mean,
Yes. Look, I think I taught myself very early when I started at the academy, because you always hear the senior guys. I mean, I had Brandon on my side. I was his kid boy, and he was very easy to talk to. And he's always told me, said, "No, you lies now, but you can. There's a chance that you can grow, and you know, and the weight gives you problems. We all start small, so I've always just kept myself at a very. I don't just go and eat. I've always just kept it that way. So I think because I taught myself when I was very small, I kind of just grew into that.
It's amazing that you say that, because Kevin Shea was telling me that obviously he had to watch, and diet, and he said it's just become, now that he's so many years out of, he's still, when you go for a meal with him, he eats a tiny half a sandwich and one egg on toast, and it just becomes a way of life. I wish I could do that too. But
I ate 2 sandwiches.
And then the season now, of course, the season in the Cape is coming to a close. I think there's just one more big meeting left.
Yes.
And then there's a bit of a focus on Gauteng. But then the big spotlight comes to KZN. And I'm certainly excited, because to see what's happened down in Cape Town, for the focus to come to KwaZulu-Natal, it's going to be a beautiful time to be in KZN. Have you got any particular horses that you're looking forward to ride, or in the season? I mean, obviously these are the big features, the big guns are in town, and you'll be part of it.
Yes. I think it's going to be an exciting one. I think there's quite a lot of young horses that's going to be coming from Cape Town. Talking the Gert, his stable. I think he's got a lot of young horses that's going to be coming up. So it's going to be very exciting, and I'm looking forward to it.
You never can tell, Andrew, as Thandi talks about the young horses, who improves. You may have a horse that hasn't won its maiden yet, that's knocking at the door, but might progress so much that it's able to get into those young graded races. So yeah, it's exciting. It really is exciting, because you never know who's going to.
Yeah, well, they all mature at a different stage.
The young horses are very exciting, especially when you get to ride them every morning at track.
Yeah.
And when you just watch them and feel the improvements on them, that's probably the most exciting part of it.
Well, most people don't actually understand how they
that's
come
the
on.
Most exciting part.
Yeah.
Let's talk about last weekend, the World Sports Betting Met Day. There was a lot of controversy around the horse. Just refresh my memory, the name of the horse?
Riverstone.
Riverstone, that's right, and the colours of Mr. Gary Player. When Riverstone ran in the ladies' race, there was, social media as it is, but be that as it may. A lot say that it was an unlucky loser last time, Riverstone. You saw that you were riding it on World Sports Betting Met Day. What was going through your mind? I mean, was that maybe your best ride of the day? Then you had to wait till the end. But tell us about when you saw that race in its last start into riding it past the post on Met Day.
Yeah. Obviously, when I watched the race on Ladies' Day, I thought, okay, you'll definitely be the one to beat on his next run. And then obviously I got the ride on him. And it was exciting, and on the card he was definitely my best ride.
It was a tough field. It was a strong maiden
I was
race.
about to say that, and then you looked at the field. I mean, you could pick 5 horses in that race that could win us.
Yes.
So as exciting as it was to sit on him, it was also like you couldn't just say it was never a penalty kick. It was very competitive. But
the manner in which the horse won. Afterwards, it was a penalty kick. I mean,
it made it look like a penalty kick afterwards. But
did you watch the last race? I was, as I said, we were at the course, and I wasn't having a very good day. I'm not a big punter, and I certainly thought, well, let me go with Thandi to let the Durban boys get us out of it. And at the 300, I mean, I love to shout my horses that I've had a little wager on. I love to shout them home. Didn't even need to shout. I mean, you could see it was really race over. And looks to be a progressive sort, actually.
Yeah, he cruised. I think it's what Garrett has done with them. It's been fantastic. I mean, obviously I've ridden him yet in work before he went to Cape Town, and I felt so different also on the day.
And there's Gary Player, who's actively involved. I mean, a champion in his own right, champion golfer. It must be even extra special. I know you love to ride any winner for any owner, but a man of his caliber, even more exciting.
Oh yeah, that was a moment right there. I was
absolutely.
very excited, just to have him leading the horse in.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, that's got to be one of my career highlights,
Thandi, when you ride in Cape Town, because now that obviously Garrett's going to have a satellite yard there, you'll be down there quite often. Do you just sort of jet in the morning and jet out the evening, or is there odd occasion where you spend the night and ride some work? How do you structure it?
Till now, that's what I've been doing. But obviously, going forward, it could be different. But for now, that's what I've been doing. I just flying in the morning and
come back after
right there and come back.
Okay.
Because I'm needed here as well.
Yes,
I ride quite a lot of work here.
When were you last in Cape Town, Grub?
Last met about 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
So not too bad. Okay. Well, Thandi, as I said, we just wanted to touch base with you and find out about how things are going, and clearly they're going good, and we're very proud of you and the whole team and your sponsors and everybody around you, and we look forward to this year, and just we'll be watching closely, if the 100 is your goal, I have no doubt that Athandiwe will reach his goal, and we're all behind you rooting for you.
Yeah, thank you, Aaron.
Good. We've just got a few announcements to make, so if you wouldn't mind just bearing with us. Betting, as the usual story, going well. The soccer bets, the card game, greyhound racing. There's plenty of betting opportunities, and there's some good racing as always. We've got this weekend. Let's quickly rattle through those fields. Up at Gauteng.
We've got
the guineas, and the fillies guineas. Let's just quickly get.
I see Robbie Hill's got a horse running here.
Yep, he certainly has. Let me just. The first race on Saturday at Turffontein is at 12 o'clock, I think it is. But I'm just going to quickly go to the features. Not that the other races aren't good, but we're focusing on the features. The sixth race is the Wilgeborgsdorp Gauteng Fillies Guineas. It's a Group 2. What a race that is. Give Me Another, Silver Sanctuary, Egyptian Mao, White Pearl, Let's Go Now, My Soulmate, Champagne Cocktail, Mary's Green Light.
Mark de Kock's got that one sewn up.
Key Element, Mia Moo, and Sign of Fate. That's Robbie Hill's horse. Mark de Kock looks to hold a very, very strong hand. Then the Tab Gauteng Guineas, the Group Grade 2. At 25 to 4, there's Sandringham Summit Purple Pitcher. That's going to be a race, Sandringham Summit
Purple Pitcher. That'll be interesting to see how it goes. I think Purple Pitcher can carry on that form.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's Sandringham Summit Purple Pitcher, Give Me Another Chance, the Africa House, Mondial, Hotter Ruby, Red Bomber, William Iron Arm, House of Romanov, Navajo Nation. That's another runner for Robbie Hill, and Storm Brasco. So plenty of racing action at Turffontein over the weekend. I just want to have a quick look here. So it's top quality. I see you're not riding there this weekend, Thandi, no?
No.
Okay, so that's it then. That's a wrap from all of us. Get your bets on timelessly, and keep track on things on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Twitter or Twitter?
It's X.
Sorry?
X.
What's X? There's no more Twitter?
No more Twitter.
Okay, no more Twitter. Okay, shows you I don't use Twitter. I heard a new, what was that?
I thought I was old and stupid.
What was the name of that slang that they call it? What is that new slang that we did? Tawanda did that.
I can't remember.
That slang? The new young people of today, they use there's a language that they
cringe and all that.
Yes, cringe and all that. Yeah, there was a word for it. Anyway, whatever it was, I learned a new word. I've forgotten. I learned it. It interested me so much that I've forgotten it. But there is apparently a new word out in the market for the youngsters.
Out in the market.
Out in the market. Yeah, there's a new word.
You're an old one.
There's a new word out in the market. I'll have to find out.
I'll
have to find out from my stepchildren what that new word is, but I've forgotten it already. But yeah, keep safe, keep well, punt well, and lovely to touch base with Athandiwe, and we'll follow his career with great interest, and we wish you all the very best, and we'll see you as always from the number 1 box. Remember to subscribe, like, and follow us on the Gallop TV YouTube channel. If you missed last week's episode of In the Box Seat, click right here and you'll be able to watch it at your leisure.